Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of A Slice of Fried Gold.
Sorry, I just interrupted you. Try again.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of A Slice of Fried Gold. My name's Paddy.
And I'm Ben.
If you're joining us for the first time, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review. With that all being said, Ben, how the devil are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
One day we're just going to have to do that. Yeah, we're good. Cool.
Yeah,
right, crack on.
Yeah, I've not actually got much to report this week. I'm trying to rack my brains on what I've done.
Yeah.
The answer is nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Excuse me. I apologise. Carry on, Ben.
Oh, sorry. Is someone messaging you more important than me?
No.
How rude.
I hiccuped.
Oh, you hiccuped, right, okay. So obviously the listeners and watchers can't see, but the other day I cleaned my car.
Yes.
And let's put it this way. I'm glad I didn't go halves on the power washer with my dad like he wanted me to.
Right. Do tell.
Well, he wanted to buy a power washer, and I wanted a power washer too, because the garden hose is just shocking.
No.
And the original agreement was that we were going to go halves on the power washer.
Yeah.
And then when I bought a house and moved out, I would then either he would buy me out of the half of the power washer, or I'd buy him out of the half of the power washer.
Okay.
Like, it would be resolved.
Yeah.
He buys a power washer before he's even given me a chance to look at power washers.
Yeah.
He's gone and bought one.
Yep.
So I'm like, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I use it a couple of times, no problem.
Yeah.
He uses it, and then the next time I come round to use it again, the latch is broken, so the hose won't stay in the handle. So every time you turn the power washer on, the hose goes shooting out Simpson style and just goes everywhere.
Right. Okay.
So I tell him, this is broken. You were the last one to use it. So he then goes to play with it. He's like, yeah, it's broken. He then speaks to the manufacturers, and they're like, oh, it must be a manufacturer issue, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Send out a new handle.
Okay.
New handle comes.
Yeah.
I use the power washer a couple of times. No issues. He uses it one time. And then I came to clean my car the other week. Guess what, Paddy?
Let me guess. It's broken.
The hose would not... The latch on the handle broke again.
Right.
And
There's a vicious circle here. Circle.
There's a common denominator.
Yes.
And I just it was cold, it was grey. I wanted to get it done because my car was foul.
It was.
My car's supposed to be blue, it was brown.
Yeah.
And I just stomped upstairs. I was like, "You've broken the power washer again!" And he was like, I haven't used it. I was like, yes, you were the last one to use it, but I haven't used it. I was like, whether you used it yesterday or 6 months ago, you were the last one to use it. How'd you know? It's like, because when you used it, you complained that I put it in the wrong place. So I know you used it.
Yeah.
Because you had to go at me for putting it in the wrong place.
Oh, caught out on his own bollocks.
Yeah. Oh, well, I haven't used it. So, anyway, I had to clean my car with the normal garden hose, which has as much power as an old nun peeing. So it took me even longer. Not impressed.
Oh, dear. Right. Okay.
But yeah, I was just kind of like, nah. Then, I don't know what's fucking happened. I catch my dad using the power washer yesterday, absolutely fine. So I'm like, what? What?
What's going on here?
What's going on? Unless he's already been to him and be like, hey, we need another handle. The latch is broken again.
My son is useless.
Upset.
Could you imagine if he's blaming it on you as well? I can see him doing that.
Yeah. But other than that, nothing to report.
Fair enough.
It's been a bit of a boring week. I'm just training a newbie at work.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a... Yes, thank you.
We know it's cold. It's freezing.
But so I got the usual comment I normally get when I'm training someone.
Yeah.
You should have been a teacher. Oh, yeah. I hate kids. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
And I say to him, oh, but I hate kids. How can you hate kids? Quite easily.
After my breakfast shift this morning, I hate kids too. Jesus. What is it with people let their kids run riot?
Yeah. It's like when, because, manager now,
Yes.
I get to be in the manager meetings.
Of course.
And we were in a manager meeting the other week and we were talking about, like, hiring and we need to start bringing, like, younger blood into the office because, let's face it, I'm nearly 32
Yep.
and I'm the fourth youngest in the office.
Good damn.
Really? So they're like, oh, we need to start bringing in some younger blood. We need to start bringing in younger blood. And I'm just sitting there going, I agree with you. But at the same time, have you met yous today?
They are not cool.
They are not cool. They can't handle it. Like,
They're not. They're not built of the stuff.
no.
They haven't got the cojones, Ben.
I don't know what it is that they're missing, but they are missing something.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Good God.
But yeah. Oh, I have another story. So of course, as you know, every other Friday I go to a thing called Puff Drinks.
Yes.
For those who haven't learned of Puff Drinks yet, it's every other Friday where a load of puffs in Ipswich gather together for a drink. Hence why I call it Puff Drinks.
Yep.
The guys who initially organised it got very pissed off with me calling it Puff Drinks, but I stuck to my guns and now everyone refers to it as Puff Drinks. It's great. Because now they can't be angry at me because everyone calls it that. Anyway, bless his heart, oh no, actually he was older than me. He's 34-year-old,
Right.
freshly out the closet.
Oh, okay.
And he's spent 6 months building up the courage to come to Puff Drinks.
Yeah.
And he's finally gone, if I don't go now, I'll never go.
Yeah.
So he's gone there, the last Puff Drinks I went to. Bless his heart, like, well done to him.
Yeah.
Like, little applause.
Yeah.
But then someone thought it would be a good idea. Bearing in mind, he spent 6 months building up the courage to turn up.
Yeah.
Someone thought it would be a good idea to, like, take him by the hand and lead him round the room, introducing him to everyone.
Do I know that person?
No, you don't.
Okay.
And it's like...
Because I suddenly had a picture of somebody and I'm thinking, oh, good God.
No, you don't know this person.
Okay, right, cool.
I get where they were coming from. They were trying to be helpful. They were trying to be nice. They're trying to be like, well, if he knows everyone, he's going to feel better. But this guy's just admitted he's shy. It's taken him 6 months to work up the confidence.
Yeah.
You put him in a corner. You wrap him in a blanket. You feed him sweets, and you don't parade him round.
Yeah.
It's like he needed a bell and be like, fresh meat, everyone. Fresh meat right here!
Yeah.
Like, honestly, no, you put him in a corner, you wrap him in a blanket. And I like, when he got sort of paraded to me, I was like, if you need help, just let me know.
Just nod.
Just
Give
nod.
me the nod.
And everything. And he laughed it off and everything.
Yeah.
Turns out he's a fellow Purple Hotel, or a previous Purple Hotel
okay,
worker.
Yeah.
So then we started sharing horror stories.
Got brothers in arms.
Yeah. We're both veterans. We both survived.
Survived those days.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, nothing to report. Paddy, how are you?
I'm tired, Ben. I'm so tired.
Yes, well, it's hard, isn't it, Valentine's Day on you couples?
Well, it was that. But then, like, this time last week, I was at my staff party. So that was very messy. So it was late night. And then I've had a very busy working week. And then, as you said, it's just been Valentine's. And work has been just so busy. Luckily, no proposals this year. I couldn't deal with that in the restaurant. I don't think I could deal with that. But it was just, I think because it landed on a Friday this year, plus it was half term, people just went nuts.
Yeah.
I think it was like the busiest Valentine's they've had in donkeys.
Yeah.
It's just everywhere was crazy. And it just it hurt then.
Yeah.
It hurt. It was not a season of love for me. It broke my soul.
Yeah.
It broke my soul. But yeah, I have no witty stories because everybody was just meh. Just meh. So...
Well, that's good news because we've got a lot of films to talk about.
We've got a lot to talk about today. So, Ben, you start because you've seen 2 films without me. I will alternate.
I have gotten good use of my unlimited card this week.
Yeah, you've been going crazy.
Right. So, first up, the first film I went to see was called Saturday Night.
Yes.
I believe it's based on the first ever night of the first ever Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Trying to think of different ways to say it other than night.
Night.
But yeah, wasn't too bad.
Okay.
The biggest problem it had was it put all its best jokes in the trailer.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
And SNL is like comedy.
SNL's comedy.
You know?
But yeah, they put all their best jokes in the trailer.
Yeah.
So it was good. It held my attention.
Right.
It was interesting to see, interesting how it all develops and everything. Well acted, very well acted.
Okay.
Costume design was on point for like that time, like that period and everything.
Yeah.
It was a film done well.
Right.
That being said, considering it's supposed to be a comedy, there was no laughter. So it's kind of that thing of it held my attention purely because this is supposed to be a real
situation.
moment in history. And I was interested to see how it played out. And the film was done really well. Like, it was filmed well, the choreography, like, everything was done well. But that's it. It's just not that interesting of a film. I'm not in any rush to go back and see it again.
Fair enough.
Which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
Because, as you said, Saturday Night Live is like the mecca of comedy in America. Like, it's considered...
Well,
like,
how long has it been going on for now? It's like it's continuous, you know.
And it's considered sort of like that pinnacle of you've made it in the American comedy world if you're asked to host Saturday Night Live,
or any not even like the comedy world, anything, because they get they get Hollywood actors, they get they get sports sports stars, they get everybody.
Chalamet did it recently.
Yeah, Chalamet did it recently. Yeah,
Ariana Grande did it.
Yeah, everybody's done it.
But then again, Ariana Grande is a bit of a comedic actress.
Well, yeah, I mean,
she was the comic relief in Victorious. Yes.
Yeah.
And then her little skit where she plays the fucking eunuch. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Anyway,
that's good.
Back on track.
Yeah.
It was a film done well.
Yeah.
Just not very interesting.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So yeah.
Win some, lose some.
Win some, lose some. I would say to people, watch it because it's an interesting piece of history.
Yeah.
If it is true that this all happened, like, oh my god, it's shocking how it actually made it to air.
Yeah, like it's a crazy thing. Yeah.
But that's it. Just watch it and then be like, I've learned something new, and then move on with your life.
Or just read the Wikipedia page and call it quits. Save yourself an hour.
Basically, if you can't be bothered to read, watch the film. If you can be bothered to read, go on Wikipedia.
Fair enough.
And save yourself an hour. Anyway.
Right.
So that's film number 1.
Yep.
Film number 2 was Love Hurts.
Yes, which we both saw.
So, Paddy, you go first.
Okay, so...
Don't say what I'm going to say, though.
I'll just read your letterbox word for word.
You bitch!
No, it was crap. I did not enjoy it. I had the same thoughts of you in that sense, like... It was trying to be like a modern Jackie Chan movie, with the comedy and with like the comedy and the kung fu and the action and things like that. For me, the big issue is that the choreography and the fight stunts were really bad. You could tell when he was switched out for the stunt double.
Yeah.
When you watch a Jackie Chan or even like a Bruce Lee movie and things like that, there is them. You see them. You know it's them.
Yeah.
He's obviously swapped out in several places. It was a poor, weak storyline. I fell asleep. I think about half hour, 40 minutes in, I dropped off for about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it could not hold my attention. The movie was an hour and 20 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't even stay awake for that.
Yeah.
It was quite a big disappointment for me.
Yeah.
I wanted more from it. I wanted, what's his face, to have a good... leading role movie and things like that. He's obviously on the up, and he's just got. I say just got. He got his Oscar a couple of years ago from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
He's. I think it's annoying as well because he was a stunt. He did like Jackie Chan stunt crew for years, and he's choreographed so much action in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then this movie was poor. Jokes were flat. The comedy was naff.
Yeah.
I just was not entertained. I will not watch it again.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
So I really wanted to like it because, as you said, it's his first ever
Yeah.
leading role. He's a lovely guy,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So I really wanted
Yeah.
to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it just was a letdown. It's like a student film director has watched an old school Jackie Chan and gone, I can do that.
Yeah.
And they really can't.
Yeah.
They've missed the whole essence of what makes a Jackie Chan film.
100%.
Like
yeah.
the comedy for one, but
Yeah.
also Jackie Chan's choreography and fight scenes was always quite scrappy.
Yeah.
Like as if he's just barely managing to keep up with everything.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, where you say the choreography was naff, I say it was too precise. Like you could see where they've rehearsed it again and again and again and again to the point where there's no sort of.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You could see, like, they were like, they had but that's why I think it's naff because they've, like you said, they've choreographed it so much. Choreographed it. I'm so tired, Ben. Leave me the fuck alone. That he would right, okay, and now it's gonna be a punch, so I'm gonna move my arm up, and then the punch would come in.
Yeah.
Like he was like two out of sync.
And you know what? Jackie Chan is like 80, or is he 70?
Something like
he's on a decade one. It's either 70 or 80.
Yeah.
But like, so he's never going to do that kind of film again.
No.
There is a market for a martial arts comedy film because like Rush Hour, Foreigner, Shanghai Noon, all fantastic films.
Oh god, yeah.
So there's a market there for and considering, as you said, he used to be part of the stunt crew, he's ready to take that mantle up.
Yeah.
This was his big chance to say, right, I'm filling that niche that Jackie Chan's left.
Yeah.
And it just fell flat.
Yeah.
I think they spent, for the fact that it's an hour and 20-minute film, they spent so much time on the side story.
Yeah.
It's like, why, you only have a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
Get back to the main story. The main story is not that convoluted. It's not that complicated. We don't need all this side story.
Yeah, no,
just,
I agree.
just stick with the main story.
Yeah.
And then, as you said, the comedy was flat. It was just a poor Jackie Chan ripoff.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because I really wanted to like it because he's a lovely guy.
I wanted it to be better, but it just wasn't.
No, it was poor.
Yeah.
To the point where I got home because we watched it like really early in the evening.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I got home and I went up to my parents and I was like, "Have we still got the Shanghai Noon on DVD?" And they're like, "Yeah, why?" I was like, "Because I need to watch it.
I need to cleanse my palate."
They lied to me. They didn't. Yeah. And I wasn't willing to buy it on Amazon Prime.
That's fair.
On your Amazon Prime, should we say?
Yeah. I'm glad you weren't. Rude.
You only just got a message and be like, by the way, you just bought Shanghai Noon.
I only got the email before you text me. What the fuck is this? Was this you? No. Oh, your account's been hacked. Great, wonderful.
I might do it tonight now.
Oh,
just so you
cheers. Yeah, thank you.
know.
Right.
But yeah, so that was that film.
Yeah, done that one.
On to the next one.
The next one. I'm taking a break from this.
So I went to see The Brutalist.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if you're aware, Paddy,
It depends.
but The Brutalist is 3.5 hours long.
Yes.
So long
Yeah.
that they have to put an intermission in the middle.
I didn't realise they were doing that.
Yeah.
I knew it was a ridiculously long film, but I did not know they were doing intermission.
Yeah. So one of the people I went to go see it with, they even asked the thing like, it's 3.5 hours long, is there an intermission? And she said, oh, we legally have to put an intermission in. And I was like,
Oh, really?
Do you really?
I could. 2 hours is enough for me. I don't think I can hold my bladder that long.
Well, I was trying to think, because when she said that, I was like, well, how long are the Dune films? How long is the extended Lord of the Rings? Like, what?
Yeah, but the extended Lord of the Rings was never in cinema.
Did it never get a cinematic sort of like?
No,
okay,
only
fair
the
enough.
normal ones do.
Anyway, back to the thing. The people I also went to see it with were like, you've also put it in screen 10, which is the loud one. Can you turn the volume down? And she was like, absolutely not. And I was like, oh my god, who am I coming to the cinema with? Like, who are these people? Anyway, as we were walking out and we're discussing it, my first comment was, I like how they did the intermission. If that is your first comment on a film, take that as you will. Like, the fact that my first comment is, I like how they did the intermission.
Yeah.
Just shows you what I thought of the film. The first half of the film was decent.
Okay.
I actually enjoyed it.
Oh, good
Considering
lord.
I was like, I'm going to hate this film. I'm going to go in and absolutely despise it.
Yeah.
The first half was decent. It was
Okay.
quick. It was punchy.
Oh, okay.
It took you along with the story.
Yeah.
I was happy with it.
Oh.
Then, obviously, how they did the intermission. I feel like I've talked about the intermission so much. I now need to sort of.
Yeah.
So he's a Hungarian Jew who's got to America post World War II.
Okay.
His wife is stuck in Belgium, and then he's talking to a solicitor, and the solicitor's like, if you can get a photo of you to prove that she's your wife, it'll help us getting her over to America.
Right.
And then so there's like a bit of a montage of some architecting, some building, and then it builds up to like his wife doing a monologue of the letter, and she's like, "Oh, we found a picture of our wedding," and then there's like a flash of an old school camera,
Yeah.
and then the picture appears. But as they do the flash of the old school camera, the lights in the cinema went up at the same time.
Oh, okay. That's
And
clever.
I just sat there and I went, ooh, I like that. Like, I
was clever.
expected it to like fade to black, and then the lights slowly come up, but no, the lights went like someone was obviously sitting in the back room. There's some staff member. Ready, one, go. I loved it. Like that was beautiful. Like, obviously the directors said this is how it needs to happen.
Yeah.
But beautiful, loved it.
Fair play.
The second half.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it meandered, it took its time, it sort of wandered over here, it wandered over there, it pissed itself in the corner. Like, it did not want to finish.
Right, okay.
And considering you've already been, because the first half was 2 hours.
Oh,
So
wow.
It's not split down the middle. The first half is 2 hours, and then the second half is the hour and a half.
Right, okay.
So you've already been in the cinema for 2 hours, and then the second half is taking its time. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes, on with it.
You could have cut out half an hour of bollocks and we wouldn't have had the intermission.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
There's one sort of pivotal scene in the second half that sort of linchpins the finale of the whole film.
Right.
And we were, like, as we came out, we were talking about this linchpin scene and sort of like da-da-da-da, and we were wondering because it's left on a sort of open thread.
Right.
Which is annoying for a 3.5 hour film.
Yeah.
Anyway, we decided to Google it because we thought this was based on a real person.
Okay.
We decided to Google this supposed open thread. That is when we learnt that Brutalist is a completely fictitious story.
Oh.
And then we all felt even more annoyed that we just sat through a 3.5 hour film to find out it's fake.
It's all bollocks.
It's all bollocks.
Wonderful.
Yes. So, my recommendation to people is, go watch The Brutalist.
Okay.
Watch the first half.
I think
And then turn it off at the intermission and make up the rest of it in your mind.
Okay, one of those ones.
One of those ones.
Fair play.
Like, don't watch the second half, just walk out, walk away, turn it off, change channel,
Yeah.
and then make up the rest of the story in your mind. You will be happier.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
That is my review of The Brutalist.
Thank you, Ben, for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for doing your due diligence.
I went with a student scriptwriter.
Yeah.
He fell asleep.
Wow.
So the fact that I managed to stay awake
I'd have died.
and
I'd have
not
just died in the corner, I think.
completely hated it.
Yeah.
I'm quite proud of myself for that.
Fair enough.
You know, to be able to give some constructive criticism on it rather than going, I hated it.
Yeah.
Anything that wins an award is shit. I'm quite proud of myself.
That's fair.
Anyway, final film.
Final film. Right. Captain America, Brave New World.
Yes.
Okay. This movie has gone through a lot.
Yep.
You can tell it's gone through a lot.
Yep.
You can tell that there's bits that they've redone.
Yeah.
And tried to, ADR bits in and things
Yeah.
like that. Classically, there is scenes where you can tell it's CGI. Classically, there is bits where the CGI is very good.
Yeah.
The movie was mid.
Yeah.
There was bits I enjoyed. I like Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Yeah.
I think he's a good actor. I love his the friendship and repertoire with the new Falcon guy.
Yeah.
Joaquin. I like the fact that Thingy Ross is now Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
I do like Harrison Ford. He's obviously doing it for paycheck.
obviously.
He basically stated that in several interviews that he did it for Paycheck. But yeah, I mean, considering it was like filmed like originally filmed like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and then it went through half of a movie reshoot, and then more reshoots, and they spent something like 300 million on it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. For that is a very mid-average film. Like this one hasn't saved Marvel.
No.
You know, I feel like Thunderbolts might. I feel like Thunderbolts looks like it could do well, but yeah, this one was mid. Ben.
I'm pretty much going to echo your sentiments. There was
Yeah.
a bit right at the end where you could tell it was a reshoot, and all they managed to do was get Anthony Mackie in.
Yeah.
Because
Green screen in.
it was green screened, and there was someone's supposed to be standing behind him, but the way of the angle of the camera, all you see is their leg, and they CGI'd the leg in.
Yeah.
And I had to stop myself from breaking into laughter because it was like, how hard is it just to get an absolute nobody to put the clothes on and stand behind Anthony Mackie?
I know.
That CGI'd leg looked so terrible. It was ridiculous. Anyway, I feel like, obviously, because this had reshoots and rewrites and everything, after Marvel had their little crisis of, oh shit, everything's tanking, and they sort of came together and decided where they were going, they've obviously rewritten this more as a new starting point. And that's the problem, is all the Marvel films pre Infinity War and Endgame could stand on their own, and whilst they felt like they were building up to something big in the background, they were all standalone films.
I agree.
This film is not that. This film relies on the films that's going to come after it,
as well as previous movies.
Because
how many previous references were there to even the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk, which people, even though it's classed as MCU, it is. So many people don't class it as. You know.
But yeah, so it was. This film relies on the other films around it, and that's not a good look for Marvel. Because now if the next film after this is bad, it's going to make this one look bad. It was, as you said, it was mid. It's a nothing film. Like nothing really comes out of it. Nothing really moves along. It's kind of like a new base point after they've failed so many films. That they've had to sort of do a refresh and restart again. And it basically means that all the films between Endgame and this one are kind of moot and everything. And it just...
They've really struggled with what they wanted to do. They should have really planned out their strategy going forward.
100%.
And they know that they've cocked up on that front, which is annoying, really, because at one point they were like the best movies to watch.
Well, so it still draws a crowd. It's the busiest we've seen in the cinema for a while.
Especially on a Sunday night. Right.
Final thoughts. Valentine's Day should be banned. I should be allowed to take a bag of stones and throw it at couples.
As should I while I'm working. Jet washers, Ben's dad doesn't like it.
He seems to break them, and I'm so glad I didn't go halves with him on it.
Save yourself some money, don't go halvesies on things. Especially with Ben's dad. Right.
Everyone thinks I should be a teacher, but I hate kids.
Right, films.
What films did we talk about? Saturday Night.
It's
It's an interesting film because it's supposedly a real bit of history, but it doesn't really much go further than that.
Love Hurts.
Poor film,
Poor
which is a shame.
Really bad. Quite disappointing.
The Brutalist, like I said, watch the first half and then make the rest up in your head. You'll enjoy it way more.
And then Captain America, Brave New World. Again, mid. You know, nothing spectacular. Doesn't branch out into anything new. Just, trying to do another reset for Marvel, but failing. But with that being said, have you seen this week's I can't even say the word. Selection of movies.
Plethora?
That's one. I'm tired, but I want to go to sleep.
Why try big words? Small words, Paddy.
I know. Right, have you seen this week's selection of movies? Let us know down below. You can email us at sliceofrigoldpod@gmail.com. You do it.
Let us know what you think down below in the comments. Or alternatively, you can email us at sliceofriedgold@gmail.com. don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and if you're watching on Spotify, please give us a 5-star review. I nearly started doing that guy Gray from TikTok. But most importantly, we can't be ripping people off.
No, we don't. We do our own thing. But thank you very much for joining us, people. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.